I don't know what the solution is, and I fear that they don't know what the solution is, and this is the problem. So, does this mean that the unified currency, the Eurozone concept unwinds? I don't know. You know, should Greece be allowed to leave the Eurozone for the greater good of those that remain? You know, maybe that's the answer. You know, people get married with all the best intentions. Not all marriages last. Sometimes there's a divorce, and it's ugly. You know, divorces aren't easy. Divorces are always ugly, and people split up and they go on with their lives. You know, maybe Greece should be divorced from the union, and as difficult as that is, and we understand that there are very negative ripples that would come from that kind of event, but
then you have Spain also.
But exactly. Well, that's the problem. So where does it stop? And then you have to really, I guess, look at the whole concept. And of course, you need to be in Europe to be more sensitive to this. But you have to really wonder, what is the point? Perhaps it was a good idea that simply, with the benefit of time, cannot work for reasons beyond their control. I don't know the answer. But as far as tomorrow, I wouldn't expect anything dramatic. It would be nice, wouldn't it be nice? But I think in terms of the stock market, I think it's very, very difficult, because it comes back to the market simply cannot price in political risk, and there clearly is a lot of political risk.
What else is happening here?
Well, speaking of political risk, we have this very, very much anticipated huge Supreme Court ruling, which will supposedly come down tomorrow, affecting the validity of Obamacare, which is, you know, universal health care in this country, which based on the polls, almost from the outset, has not been embraced by the American public. I think almost 2/3 to 1/3 are against it. Yet, you know, the Obama administration and the Democratic Congress prior to 2010 sort of jammed this down America's throat. So it's gone to the Supreme Court, and tomorrow we will find out if, in fact, the new Obama health care law will be upheld legally, or will it be thrown out, or will there be some combination in between. Parts will be allowed to stand, parts will leave. Nobody really knows, but we will find out tomorrow, and it has huge political overtones for the U.S. in this election year. Clearly, if it's upheld in its entirety, it becomes a big plus for Obama. If it is thrown out in its entirety, which is possible, probably not likely, but possible, it would be a major blot on his reputation, both politically and perhaps even for his efforts to get reelected in November. And reality could very well be something in the middle, where parts of it are kept and parts go away. But no matter what, everybody is sort of sitting on the edge of their seats here, if you will, waiting for the outcome, which we won't have to wait too much longer for, because we should know tomorrow by about 10 a.m. New York time.
So you recommend put on the helmet?
Well, I mean, it's going to be between what's going on in the Eurozone and that ruling. It should be a very interesting day. If the Obamacare health initiative is completely rejected as unconstitutional by the Supreme Court, it could result in a huge rally, because, in my opinion, the stock market wants to see a change in Washington, and anything that would reinforce that possibility of that change is going to be interpreted by the market in a positive way.